Close your eyes for a moment. Picture the world not as a timeline, but as a living pulse. Civilizations rise like waves, shining, striving, reaching the heavens, and then quietly they fall back into the sea of time. From the jungles of Central America to the shores of Mediterranean, from the dry plains of Mesopotamia to the wind-swept rocks of the Pacific, humanity has built, lost, and remembered. This is the story of decline, not as a tragedy, but as a transformation. A seven-part play in which every downfall plants the seed of renewal. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Veiled Presence. And today we are going to go through history once more to understand why civilizations fall and what we can do to learn from them so that we can avoid repeating the same mistakes. So let's begin. In Central America, temples like Tikal and Calakmul whisper through the trees. Masters of astronomy, the Maya built monumental cities long before 250 CE. The fall, a century-long mega-drought, fractured the delicate balance between their growing population and the land. As crops failed, the divine authority of kings dissolved into civil war. The message: the Maya reminds us that even the most advanced technology cannot save the society that outstrips its natural resources. Harmony with the earth is not a choice, it is a survival. Rome stretched from Britain to Egypt, providing law, light, and engineering. The fall was not an event, but a slow rot of overextension, hyperinflation, and a political system that prioritized spectacle over stability. When the Visigoths arrived in 410 CE, they found an empire already hollowed out from within. The message is clear: a civilization's true strength lies not in its borders or its gold, but in the integrity of its institutions and the unity of its people. Sargon of Akkad created the world's first empire around 2300 BCE, uniting city-states through the trade and language. The fall was sudden, catastrophic climate change, a drought that lasted decades, turned the Fertile Crescent to dust. Starvation sparked internal rebellion, and the empire that claimed eternity dissolved in less than 2 centuries. The message: we are fragile guests of the climate. When the rivers change course, so does the destiny of nations. We must learn to respect the water that feeds us. In the remote Pacific, the Rapanui people carved colossal moai to watch over the living. They did not collapse into savagery, rather, their environment was altered by invasive species and deforestation. Their traditional way of life was eventually shattered by external contact, disease, and exploitation. The message is clear: resilience is our greatest tool. Even when our forests vanish, we have the capacity to adapt, but we must protect our isolation from those who would exploit it. 4,000 years ago, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro were models of civic order and drainage systems. The fall, as monsoon cycles shifted and the Ghaggar-Hakra river system dried up, the economic engine of their cities failed. There was no grand war, only a quiet mass migration as people sought water elsewhere. The message: progress is not always a straight line. Sometimes moving forward means knowing when to walk away from the stone walls we've built and return to the soil. Tenochtitlan, forgive me if I have said that wrong. Tenochtitlan was a masterpiece of water engineering and spiritual fervor. The fall came from the combination of biological warfare, the smallpox virus, and the empire's own harsh tribute system, which drove rival tribes into the arms of the Spanish invaders. The message is clear: no empire is an island. How we treat our neighbors and our rivals often determine who will stand by us when a greater threat crosses the horizon. Constantinople was the guardian of Greek wisdom for 1,000 years, a bridge between East and West. The fall, worn down by centuries of holy wars, economic drain from Italian trade rivals, and the final, unstoppable siege by Ottoman cannons in 1453. The message: even the strongest walls eventually fall, but ideas are immortal. Our duty is not just to build monuments, but to ensure that the knowledge we possess is passed to the next generation before the gates close in. Across centuries, a pattern emerges: brilliance followed by burden, growth followed by fracture, and after every fall, renewal. The Maya gave us astronomy, Rome gave law, the Akkadians the state, the Indus civic harmony, the Aztecs artistry, the Byzantines the preservation of knowledge, and Rapanui a lesson in incredible resilience. Civilization never truly dies. It changes costume and steps once more into the stage, each act bearing echoes of those before. When we look at the ruins, we should not mourn, we should listen for the whisper of rebirth within the silence of the stones. Thank you very much for your time. Which of these echoes resonated with you most? Share your thoughts below and subscribe to join the journey with Veiled Presence. This is Ronnie, and goodbye for now.